2025 Tony Award nominations have come out. Let's discuss. Hello, darlings, and welcome to CareOffBook. I'm Care Darling, your performing arts commentator, and we are talking about the 2025 nominations for the Tonys. Tony. That's right. Now, I'm not going to be going through the whole list. For example, I'm not talking about the plays. I'm talking about the musicals. So let's just start. What is up for Best Musical? So for Best Musical, we have Buena Vista Social Club, Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, Operation Mincemeat, a new musical. There's only 2 musicals on this list that stand out to me. One is Death Becomes Her. If you've been following me, I've been obsessed. I've been following it, and guess what? For my birthday, I'm going to go see it. Another musical is A Maybe Happy Ending. Now, between the two, I would be happy if one of these win, but I think Maybe a Happy Ending is going to get it this year, only because of the music and the story. And I also think because Death Becomes Her comes from a movie, I think the bar should be raised higher whenever someone's taking inspiration from a movie, because I'm like, you already have the story. But the thing about Death Becomes Her is the fact that there are things in that movie that I'm even like, how are you going to put that in the show? So I can't wait to see it and talk about it more. But between those, I think A Happy Maybe Ending is the musical that's going to win it this year. Love to know your thoughts, okay?
What comes next?
Now, Best Revival of a Musical. Floyd Collins, Gypsy, Pirates the Penzance Musical, Sunset Boulevard. I actually think Sunset Boulevard is going to get this one. I saw this at the West End, and Jamie Lloyd, he's known as far as his directing, things are a bit more simplistic. And I think because everything was simplistic, there still was a lot of effort as far as the camera and the blocking and the fact that Tom Francis goes outside during a song. It's not a spoiler, okay? It's still exciting when you're watching it. I really do think that this revival is going to win a Tony. So that is my guess.
You have to move on.
Best performance by an actress in a leading role of a musical. We have Megan Hilty, Death Becomes Her, Audra McDonald, Gypsy, Jasmine Amy Rogers, Boop the Musical, Nicole Scherzinger, Sunset Boulevard, Jennifer Simard, Death Becomes Her. Now, I do think that Helen J. Shen should have been nominated and in there. Not that I think that she would win, but I think that she did deserve a nomination. Now, the women who are nominated, I don't know how it's going to go. Part of me is like, Audra McDonald, isn't this her like 11th time being nominated for a Tony? And part of me is like, how is she not going to win when she's doing, Mama Rose and Gypsy? But then again, I'm like, wait a minute, we've seen so many different Mama Roses. What is it that Audra McDonald brings to the role that these women have not? I haven't seen her in it, but that is something that's pretty much the thing that would make me think, like, has she done anything that made me go like, this is different than any other Mama Rose?
Ready or not, shh, here comes Mama. Mama's got the stuff, Mama's gotta move, Mama's gotta go. Mama's gotta let go. Why did I do it?
And then, of course, like, oh my gosh, the ladies of Death Becomes Her, like, how do you choose? Like, how do you choose? I don't know. When I go see the musical, maybe I can choose. But I'm going to have to give it to Nicole Scherzinger and stuff. And I could be biased because I've seen her, but I mean, she didn't need all the bells and whistles around her to be like, wow, she's so good. It's like, no, homegirl is wearing like a black silk dress and is by herself singing, and it's just like, I got chills. So I feel like I'm gonna give it to Nicole. Okay, yes, my
final answer. Final answer.
Yes, Nicole. Best performance of an actor in a leading role of a musical. We got Darren Criss, Maybe Happy Ending, Andrew Duran, Dead Outlaw, Tom Francis, Sunset Boulevard, Jonathan Groff, Just in Time, James Monroe Iglehart, A Wonderful World, the Louis Armstrong musical, Jeremy Jordan, Floyd Collins. There is just so many daddies in this. Like, where's Aaron Tveit? He should be in here too, just for fun. Also, can I just point out that there's 6 nominated men, but then there's only 5 nominated. What? Justice for Helen, she should have been nominated is all I'm saying. But as far as these gentlemen, okay, let me think about it. I feel like Darren Criss might get it this year, but then listen, Tom Francis, I have been obsessed with him ever since I went to go see Anne Juliet at the West End, and I was like, who's this Romeo?
This ain't a song for the broken hearted.
Who is this?
It's my life, my heart is like an open highway, and I'm just gonna do it my way.
His voice is crazy. Also, I just finished watching season 5 of You, and he's in it. And I was like, Tom, what are you doing here? Oh my gosh. I mean, this is absolutely difficult, but I'm gonna have to give it to Darren Criss. I think this is his year. I think he is going to get it. And it makes me kind of laugh because it's like Lea Michele has not won a Tony, and it's like another one of her friends or someone from Glee that wins a Tony. And that, to be fair, do I think Michelle, why did I call her Michelle? Do I think Lea Michele will win a Tony? I think she will.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
I feel like it's going to be like she'll win a Tony for a show or something that's kind of like meh, but then they give it to her because they're like, oh, well, we couldn't give it to you for a funny girl and that whole thing. That's what I think is probably going to happen, but who knows? And to be fair, I don't know enough about their performances because I haven't seen it. I would love to. Jonathan Groff, I actually would want to go see that musical. I think my husband would enjoy it because we watch, what is it? It's a musical on Bobby Darin and his music. And my husband made me watch the movie with, what's his face? Is it Kevin Spacey, the one that got canceled? I know, I'm sorry to bring him up in this, but there was he was so passionate about this movie and creating it, and the fact that my husband was like really pushing me to watch it makes me think that maybe seeing this musical with him would be a lot of fun. Again, Darren Criss is my bet. I think he's gonna win it. We'll see. I don't know. I feel so iffy about it because I'm like, go Tom Francis. Okay, now looking at Best Original Score. We got Dead Outlaw, Death Becomes Her, Maybe Happy Ending, Operation Mincemeat, a new musical, and Real Women Have Curves. And if I had to choose, I think I'm going to have to go with a Maybe Happy Ending. I don't know what it is. There's something about it that my friend and I have talked about this, where it's like, it's got this like jazzy Pixar feel to it, and I think as far as like how musicals usually go, it's just a certain sound. Like I can listen to this and play around, and people who aren't a fan of a musical will not realize that this is a musical soundtrack, or a musical score. So yes, I think I'm going to have to give it to Maybe Happy Ending. And listen, that's all of the nominations that I wanted to talk about here. Otherwise, yes, we would be talking about the costumes, designs, and things like that. Love to know your thoughts, but those were the main ones that I'm like, okay, I'm going to put that out in the universe and see what happens. So when the Tony Awards go on, then I'll like check to see what was it I said and then what actually happened, and then we'll discuss. Now, more importantly, who's going to host the Tony Awards? Do we already know? Let me see.
A few moments later.
Who's doing it? It's my girl, Cynthia Erivo. I was about to say, if we don't know, I think maybe it should be Cynthia and Ariana Grande. And I feel like there would be a really fun bit where it's like, Ariana, what are you doing here? And you know what? Who knows? Ariana might come in, and I think she would bring like a great comedic kind of twist to it, where it's like, what are you doing here? Like, you're in a movie musical, you're not in a musical. And then that could be like a really fun bit. As far as Cynthia, I can't wait. You know what it is about Cynthia? I think in a way she's going to bring in the prestige. Like, she's like, yes, and this is the Tony Awards. And I'm going to be like, oh my gosh, everyone, like, tighten your ties. In a way, I do, when you think of award shows, like, I feel like Tony's, you're seeing these performances, right? And so it's like, I want to have a good time. The same with the Grammys. Now with the Oscars, can I say something? I was so disappointed by the Oscars. I thought it was so boring. And even they did the whole tribute to 007. And it was like, what is this? This isn't good. The only, of course, good part was Cynthia and Ariana singing, and that was so beautiful. And that was in the very beginning of the show. And then everything just kind of went meh. And I noticed that there were no like other performances. Like, usually when there's songs being nominated, they have someone perform it. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is awesome. I would love to see, Zoe Saldana do that from, what's it called, Amelia Perez and stuff. But then they did it, and I was like,
if your intention was to shoot an arrow through my heart, bullseye!
and to me, I was absolutely disappointed, because it's like, hello, it was so cool in the movie. It would be great if you could do it on stage. And then that song ended up winning. So it was like, why wouldn't we want to see it live?
And thank you to Emilia.
Oh my gosh, I just had a flashback of what happened during the Oscars. Oh my gosh, it is what it is. But anyways, darlings, that's it for today's episode. I'd love to know your thoughts as far as, who do you think is going to win? What is it about the Tonys that you are interested about? Or do you feel that there were some people, Helen, that was snubbed and they should have been nominated? Me looking at it, I'm like, this doesn't seem right. Something's off.
That's enough to make you heave.
Sorry about that. We're back. Love to know your thoughts. Love to know your grievances if you have any. And yes, if you enjoy talking about musicals, Disney, and all that jazz. Cringe a bit. Okay. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next episode. Take care, darling.